Okay. So of an isolated gaseous neutral atom. So neutral atom. What is neutral atom? Why I mentioned neutral atom? Because atoms are generally neutral. It contains equal number of positive and negative charges. The number of positive charges in an atom will be equal to the number of negative charges. So in that case, the atom will be electrically neutral. So all atoms in general are electrically neutral. Suppose if I want to remove an electron, I have to remove from the neutral. If I want to remove an electron from an atom, so initially I have to take neutral atom and remove that electron. So that is why the definition goes like this. The minimum amount of energy required to remove an electron from the outermost orbit of an isolated gas is neutral atom. Okay, so like this, electron can be removed. Suppose, look here. Suppose if I want to remove this electron, actually I have to spend some energy. For example, 50 electron volts. Let us assume electron volts. Electron volt is a unit of energy. Ionization energy. Say ionization energy. It is having units. The units of ionization energy are electron volts per atom. Simply EV I will write. EV means electron volts per atom. Or another unit, kilocalories per mole. Or another unit, kilojoule per mole. So these three are the units of ionization energy. Okay. So here, if I want to take out this electron, I have to spend this much energy. Let us assume if I spend only this much amount of energy only, I can take out this electron from that atom. Suppose if I spend 48 electron volts instead of 50 electron volts, can I remove this electron from that atom? No, I cannot, because this is the minimum amount of energy that I have to spend to take out that electron. So when this is the minimum amount of energy, I cannot remove an electron by spending 48 electron volts, because I cannot spend, or else that electron cannot be removed less than the minimum amount of energy. By spending less than the minimum amount of energy, I cannot remove an electron. So that means only if I can spend only 50 or more electron volts of energy, then only I can remove that electron. That means this is the minimum amount of energy, okay, one must spend to take out an electron from an atom. Okay, so if I spend 48 units also, I cannot remove that electron from that atom. Did you understand? So like this. So that is why in the definition, so minimum amount of energy you have to mention. So the minimum amount of energy required to remove an electron from the outermost orbit of an isolated gaseous neutral atom. So that is the definition of ionization energy. Okay, and it has units electron volts per atom, or kilocalories per mole, or kilojoule per mole. Okay, right. Suppose now let us go with let us take an example to discuss this one. Suppose take sodium. Its electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. Sodium atom. The nucleus of sodium atom, it is having 11 positive charges, and the first orbit is having 2 electrons, second orbit is having 8 electrons, and the third orbit or last orbit is having only 1 electron. Suppose if I take out this electron from the atom, what happens? Initially the sodium atom is having 11 positive charges and 11 negative charges. Positive charges is due to protons, and negative charges are due to electrons. Okay, so initially, so the sodium atom is having 11 positive charges and 11 negative charges, hence it is neutral. Now what is happened? Now from this sodium atom, I have taken out one electron. That means I am minusing. So I have to subtract one electron. So upon removing one electron, what happens? Now the remaining sodium atom, it is having 11 positive charges because I am not disturbing the positive charges. I am not taking out any proton. Simply I have taken out only one electron. So that means the number of electrons, it is decreased to 10. Initially 11 electrons were there, but after removal of one electron, only 10 electrons are there. Now, what is the overall charge? 11 positive charges and 10 negative charges. So there will be overall 1 unit of positive charge. So before that, so the total number of positive charges are equal to total number of negative charge. So what is the net charge on the atom? 0. But now after removal of one electron, now the sodium it is having what? 1 unit of positive charge on it. So we have to mention like this. Okay. So like this we have to mention. Simply, so no need of writing these things now. So simply we have to write like this. Sodium minus electron gives rise to Na plus, or else the same thing I can write like this. Sodium will give Na plus ion and electron. That means after removal of this electron, so only this one is left over. Okay, so actually I have to write like this instead of writing like this. So did you understand? So from sodium atom, if I remove one electron, so what is left over? The leftover is said to be unipositive ion. Unipositive ion. Unipositive ion. Unipositive, that means only 1 unit of positive charge is left over on that. Now it is not atom, it is ion, because charged particles are called as ions. So here is electrically neutral, but here 1 positive charge is in excess, 11 positive charges and 10 negative charges. That means 1 positive charge is in excess, hence it is said to be ion, charged particle. So now it is called as unipositive, that means only 1 unit of positive charge is left, it is present. So in order to convert this one into this one, so I have to spend some energy. That energy is called as ionization energy, IE. Ionization energy. Shortly we can write IE, capital I, capital E. Okay. So here I am removing one electron, first electron. So that is why it is called as 1, IE1. IE1 is called as first ionization energy. IE1, it is called as first ionization energy. First ionization energy. Okay, so like this, first ionization energy. Right. Now after removal of this electron, so I mean this is the actual electronic configuration of sodium atom. Now I am removing one electron from the outermost orbit. So now what happens? So after removal of this electron, outermost orbit means here 3s should contain one electron actually, but I am removing that electron by spending some energy, ionization energy. So now third orbit is not having any electron. So after removal of this electron, so now only 2 orbits, electrons are present only in 2 orbits. Now with this configuration, so this is the configuration after removal of electron. Now 3s is not having any electron, third orbit is not having any electron. So now the second orbit is treated as the outermost orbit after removal of one electron. See, now after removal of that electron, now this will become the outermost orbit, and as outermost orbit is having 8 electrons, now this will be stable. Okay, are you able to follow? So now this is stable atom. So before that sodium is not stable, because what is stable atom? Stable atom means okay, atom which contain 8 electrons. atom which contains 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. If an atom contains 8 electrons in the outermost orbit, then that atom is said to be stable atom. Sodium atom. So actually, before taking out that electron, so the electron arrangement will be like this. So that means there is one electron in the outermost orbit. One electron in the outermost orbit. So actually for stable atom, there should be 8 electrons in outermost orbit. So sodium is not having 8 electrons in the outermost orbit. Okay, so that is why it is not stable atom. Sodium is what? It is unstable. It is unstable atom. So after removal of this electron, so there won't be any electrons in 3s. So I can remove this one. Okay, that means if I remove this electron, so this will become the last orbit, because no electron is present in this orbit. Hence this will become the last orbit, and in the last orbit there are 8 electrons. That means from 3s if I take out one electron, now this will become the last orbit, and here it is having 8 electrons. 2s, 2, 2p, 6. So 2 plus 6, 8. So that means in Na plus, that means after removal of one electron, now it is called as Na plus or else unipositive ion. So it is what? It is stable now. It is a stable one. Sodium is unstable, but after removal of one electron, then it will become stable. So that is why sodium is ready to lose electron. But in order to take out that electron from sodium atom, so we have to spend some energy, or else it requires some energy. So that the amount of energy that is required to remove an electron from the outermost orbit of an isolated gaseous neutral atom is said to be ionization energy. See, I have taken one electron from the sodium atom. So that is why it is said to be first ionization energy. It is said to be first ionization energy. So did you all understand what is stable atom? Stable atom means atom which contains 8 electrons in its outermost orbit is said to be stable atom. So sodium is unstable atom, but after removal of one electron by spending first ionization energy, the thing which is formed is a stable one. So what is formed? Unipositive ion is formed after removal of one electron. So this electron is separated from this one. Okay, that means from this one, if I remove electron, what is left over? Na plus is left over. Unipositive ion it is called as, and it is stable one. But sodium atom is unstable. So to change from this state to this state, I require some energy, and that energy is said to be first ionization energy. Right. Next, there is another term known as second ionization energy. There is another term known as second ionization energy. What is second ionization energy? Second ionization energy. It is nothing, just we will learn. Suppose, look here, suppose this is an atom. I have removed this electron, first electron, that means from the outermost orbit, I have removed an electron. Right, okay. So in order to remove this electron, I have to spend some energy, and that energy is said to be first ionization energy, simply IE1, first ionization energy. Now, if I want to remove one more electron, I have to spend, again I have to spend energy to take out the next electron, because even the other electron is also under the force of attraction of the nucleus. Okay, but in this case, the force of attraction of the nucleus will further increase. Okay, I mean here, because the number of electrons is decreased, but the number of protons are not decreased. The nucleus, it is having positive 11 positive more positive charges than the number of negative charges. this nucleus is having more positive charges than the number of negative charges after removal of electron. So what happens? Nucleus will become more powerful than the previous case. Now if I want to remove the second electron, I have to spend more energy because the force of attraction between the nucleus and the second electron is increased. So now I have to spend more energy, and the energy spent now to remove the second electron is said to be second ionization energy, IE2. Second ionization energy, or else simply IE2. Okay na? IE2. So now I have to I will take one example and explain you. For example, take magnesium atom. Its configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 6, 3s2. Okay, 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. So if I see, there are 12 positive charges in the nucleus of the magnesium, and first orbit is having 2 electrons, second orbit is having 8 electrons, and the third orbit there are only 2 electrons. Third orbit there are only 2 electrons. See, look here. So this is a magnesium atom. It is having 12 positive charges and 12 negative charges, and the net charge is 0. Overall charge is 0 because total positive charges and total negative charges are equal. Hence, there won't be any resultant charge on the atom. Suppose if I want to take out one electron, that means magnesium will become Mg plus after taking out one electron. Okay, because after taking out this electron, there will be 12 positive charges but only 11 negative charges. So what will be the net charge? So the net charge on the atom will be 1 unit of positive charge. Okay now, right. So here, in order to convert this one into this one, I have to spend some energy. It is said to be first ionization energy. First ionization energy, right. So I am rubbing this one. Okay, right. So that means I have spent some energy and I have taken out this electron from the atom. Now I want to take the second electron also. Okay, now if I want to take the second electron from that atom, I have to spend now after removal of first electron, so now it is not magnesium, it is Mg plus. Okay, so after taking out one electron, first electron, so actually this is a magnesium atom. Okay, I have spent some energy and taken out that electron outside from the atom. Okay, after taking out that electron, so the thing which is left over is unipositive ion. Unipositive ion is left over. Now I want to take another electron, second electron. I have to take out second electron. So in order to take out second electron, now I am not taking the second electron from magnesium. I am taking out the second electron from this one, not from this one, because already this one has become into this one. Now I have to take second electron from this one or this one. From this one I have to take, because now magnesium is not there. Magnesium is converted into this one. So that means from Mg plus only I have to take one more electron. So that means if I take one more electron from Mg plus, then it will become Mg plus 2. If I take this electron from Mg plus, it will become Mg plus 2, because now here actually Mg plus it is having 12 positive charges and only 11 negative charges. And even if one more electron I have taken out from that atom, now what happens? 12 positive charges, only 10 negative charges are left over, because one more electron is taken out. So altogether 2 electrons were taken out from magnesium, but initially I have taken first electron from magnesium, but by the time I take second electron, that magnesium is present in this form. unipositive ion form that magnesium is present. So now I am taking the second electron from unipositive ion, okay, not from the magnesium atom. So that is why the definition of second ionization energy will be somewhat different. See here, I can define this. In the same way I can define, but by changing just little, little changes. With little changes, I will write the definition of second ionization energy like this: the minimum amount of energy required. The minimum amount of energy required. The minimum amount of energy required to remove an electron from the outermost orbit. So the definition, it is almost similar to first ionization energy. So from the outermost orbit of an isolated gaseous. Now instead of neutral atom, so I have to mention unipositive ion. So like this. So now the definition will be like this for second ionization energy. See, the minimum amount of energy required to remove an electron from the outermost orbit of an isolated gaseous unipositive ion. Because now it second ionization energy IE2. Second ionization energy, I will spend second ionization energy to remove an electron from the unipositive ion. Okay, so to define second ionization energy, I have to use the word unipositive ion, because I am taking the electron from the unipositive ion. First electron is taken out from the neutral atom, but the second electron is taken from the unipositive ion, because by the time I take second electron, that atom, it has been converted into unipositive ion. So like this, the first ionization energy and second ionization energy can be defined like this. Okay, right. Remember that always the first ionization energy, it is less than second ionization energy. Remember, this is the most important thing, because for removing first electron, I have to spend some energy, but for removing the second electron, I have to spend more energy, because by that time the nucleus will become more powerful, and that nucleus will show more force of attraction on the second electron. Okay, because nucleus, the number of positive charges are not changed, but the number of negative charges are decreased after taking out one electron. Hence the nucleus will become more powerful. Hence it will hold all the electrons closely, tightly towards the center. Okay, so now this nucleus will tightly bind all the electrons towards the center. Okay, so that is why second ionization energy, to remove the second electron, I have to spend more energy, and that energy is said to be second ionization energy. Right. So remember that first ionization energy is greater than second ionization energy, and second ionization energy is greater than first ionization energy. And if I want to remove third electron, if there is 3 electrons, so third electron, removal of third electron will require more energy than the removal of second electron. Okay, like that we can write. So this order is most important. This order is most important. Always third ionization energy is greater than second ionization energy. Second ionization energy is greater than first ionization energy. Okay. Now let us learn the factors that affect ionization energy. The factors that affect ionization energy. So tomorrow we will learn the factors that affect ionization energy. Okay, right now in the next class we'll learn about the factors which affect the ionization energy.